It is the last month of the year. However, apparently that doesn't seem to stop anyone from releasing a game. Um, the fear is, of course, is that as it comes up to Christmas, you will have more and more releases around the middle point, which is going to be interesting because I don't know what is going to be able to compete with literally anything else that's come out in the last year at this point. I mean, Spider-Man's still doing insane numbers. FF16 is probably still doing pretty decent numbers. Baldur's Gate, I don't think will ever slow down at this point. That new Steam game that came out, the company game, Lethal Company, is doing insanely well. I don't know why you'd release a game in December at this point, but good luck to you, games of December. I hope that you find joy and peace wherever you are. Um, Matt, do you have the list?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a last rush of games to get out just in time for Christmas, stocking fillers and whatnot,
Okay.
which is good for people that want something new to play on Christmas Day, I guess. So, in terms of what we've got coming, we have first up on December 1, we have a new Dragon Quest Monsters game, The Dark Prince. This is the first time that Dragon Quest Monsters has been back since I want to say DS was the last Dragon Quest Monsters game, I think.
That
And I think there
sounds
was one
about
on the
right.
3DS. It's been a while. It's been a long while. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this great deal. Got an interview up on digitallydownloaded.net, no less. I had a chance to chat with the developers or get them some questions. And yeah, I'm certainly keen on this one. Square Enix's last game for the year, I believe, which has been a pretty good year for them. So good. Also on December 1, we have a Steam World build coming out. I'm actually quite looking forward to this as well. Steam World is an interesting little property that an indie developer has come up with and has been working on for a good part of 15 years now, I guess. They did the Steam World Dig games, which were fun little takes on Mr. Driller, and then they also did some strategy game. I can't remember what it's called, unfortunately. But this one is probably their most ambitious one yet because it is a full-on city builder set in the steampunk world of SteamWorld, which is cool. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. Do like my steampunk. We
I'm
also
down for that.
have on December 1, we have the Batman Anthem trilogy. If for some reason you wanted to play those on the Switch or just haven't had a chance to play them as yet, then you'll be able to give them a go and see what kind of kickstarted the whole way to do superhero games, I guess, in the years since, because Spider-Man
And
riffs
also
pretty
just
heavily on these and stuff.
just like any third person action adventure game with brawler combat
Yeah,
has
yeah.
been from Arkham.
Yep, they've been
I'm
pretty
impressed that they're
influential
getting
guys.
the fact they managed to get Arkham Knight running on the Switch is actually really impressive.
Indeed.
That's wild.
Indeed. On December 5, we've got Disney Dreamlight Valley, which finally exits early access, I guess. If you like your Disney and just want to exist in a Disney world for a bit, then you'll be able to play
That's
this
like
one.
if you're an adult and you buy that, that's kind of a red flag. It's just enough of a red flag that it frightens me.
Okay. Um, moving on. We have Lord of the Rings Return to Moria coming on December 5. That's already out, isn't it? This is just the PS5 version, I think.
Yeah, it's on PC. Apparently, it's fine.
Is it?
It's
I've heard other
Valheim.
things. I've heard other
Uh,
things about it. I've heard it's not
yeah,
fine, but who knows? Maybe it is fine, and I just listen to negative people, and you listen to positive people, which is quite possible.
I do listen to nerds.
Also on December 5, we have Arashi Castles of Sin Final Cut, which is a thing. Take on the role of the deadly assassin Kenshiro as you travel across feudal Japan to defeat the six Oni of Iga, a bandit group spreading chaos across the land. Use a wide variety of weapons, tools, and techniques to infiltrate conquered castles and outwit your opponents as you hunt down the Oni. That could be good. The idea is good. The thing is, though, I see Arashi and I think like the pop band, and I don't know. Now I've got this idea of the J-pop band kind of doing their adventure around Japan and killing stuff. That'd be pretty funny. No screenshots, have no idea if that's what that even is, but it kind of stands out here as a December release.
Apparently, it's a VR game.
Oh, there we go. That might be why I don't know anything about it, because I haven't even bothered getting into the next generation of VR. On December 5, we have Enclave HD. Now, I don't know what Enclave was, so I don't know why there's a HD version of it
Enclave.
coming.
Why do
but
I know this?
The reviews are pretty middling, so... The original Enclave was apparently released on... No, this one was released somewhere on June 29, and now is out again on PS5. There we go. It was an Xbox release, and now it's out on PS5. So...
No, this is the game that was made by Starbreeze before they made Chronicles of Riddick. It's apparently like decent.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be able to play it on your PS5 as of December. So there you go.
There you go.
All right. So on December 7, we've got yet another Warhammer game coming, Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I hope that's like a business sim. That would be cool.
Featuring Natalie Bassingthwaite from the Rogue Traders. No.
I don't know anything about this game.
Right in.
But it would be pretty cool if it was like some kind of business sim, just with some Warhammer 40k elements. That would be decent. It has turn-based combat, which is interesting.
It's isometric turn-based combat.
Oh, there we go. I'm interested. I'll give it a go. Definitely jumping on the Baldur's Gate train there. Good on them.
Why?
Good on them. That's a good thing to do.
CRPG set in the world of 40k. So,
yeah, see, I'm genuinely interested in
that'll
that.
be cool, actually.
Yeah, especially with turn-based combat. I mean, if you do want to go beyond Baldur's Gate, there is Pathfinder, and then now there'll be this one, which will be cool. Okay, so moving on. On December 7, we have Ubisoft's big Christmas release, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, coming out. So you can play Assassin's Creed, the Avatar open world content experience. There you go. That'll be cool.
Who is this for?
I don't know. Who cares? It's Ubisoft.
Who cares?
It'll sell
bad.
It'll sell 1 billion copies, and they'll be convinced that they're doing the right thing. That's what Ubisoft does. They always seem to think that their content is good.
Did you watch The Way of Water?
No. Why would I?
Did you, Brad?
I haven't seen the first Avatar.
I did. I watched the movie.
Did you like it?
Oh, I mean, it was Avatar.
All right, so you didn't. That's good. Moving
on.
Avatar's
like B grade science fiction sold as wankery high visuals bullshit. So if you appreciate it for what it is, awesome. It's going to be a good ride.
And now you can play the Ubisoft version of it.
Yeah, where you can play and you can climb a tower, and Jake Sully can say, "Wow, what a tower!" in his really bad American accent. Because he's Australian and can't do an American one.
On December 7, another December 7, we have Valis, the Phantasm Soldier Collection 3, which is cool. Valis is a very B-grade platformer series that was around back on the NES and Super Nintendo era. And they're all Magical Girl platformers, which is neat if you like your Sailor Moons and whatnot. That's basically it. And it's got this really cool B-grade vibe about it. I really like these games, and I'm looking forward to this third collection of them, even though I don't know what games are left in it to release, because the first two collections were pretty comprehensive. Anyway, but there's a third one coming. On December 7, Alan's favorite Christmas game, Hot Love Dreams Classic Hentai Logic Puzzles, coming out. That's going to be Alan's favorite game of the year, for sure.
Guaranteed. I feel like I just had like a stroke.
Guaranteed.
You said it out like 7 words that I was just like, it does not compete.
It's good to know that the absolute trash is still getting released on Switch. It's nice to know that content's there.
Good for them.
People. Yeah, good for them. They're making money. They're doing a thing.
Are you allowed to hide your games on Switch yet?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Can you hide it from your friends list?
I don't think so.
I think the sheer shame of buying one of those would just about off me if my friends saw that I was playing that.
You need to learn to just embrace it, Alan. Just embrace it.
No, I've got no need. I'm done with that. I'm all good.
You should stream it. That's what you should do. Just announce to the world
and
this is what you play.
Instantly banned.
Moving on, one day later, on December 8th, we have Xuan Yuan Sword Mists Beyond the Mountain, which is actually a re-release HD remaster, I guess, of sorts, of the third one in the series, I think. It's a good little series of RPGs out of Taiwan that we haven't really had localized in the past. They haven't really done too much with them, but they're just starting to, I think. They had a pretty decent effort at a localization for the most recent one, which even got a Switch release and stuff. And yeah, this one is, I guess, an effort to continue to build that little brand. They're quite good if you can handle the somewhat dodgy localization, because yeah, Chinese developers and Taiwanese developers are not quite yet at the same place the Japanese developers are, or the industry is. So you have to put up with that a little bit. But yeah, if you can do that, then they're pretty decent games. So keep an eye out that one. It might be good. We have Formula Retro Racing World Tour coming out on December 12th. I don't know.
Ooh, what do they mean retro? Is this like 16
Yeah,
bit
see,
or
if this is like old school F1 stuff, then that would be cool. Let's do a little Google search, shall we? I should have done this before we started the podcast.
I have such a vivid memory of the PS1 F1 racing games.
It looks kind of PS1-ish in terms of the graphics.
Ooh, you're getting me excited.
Yep, it does look very PS1-ish. Very blocky.
Oh, baby.
That's
blocky. My kind of jam.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be one of those kind of Twitch speed races, like Horizon Chase, if anybody played one of those, just with...
That was very fun as well.
F1 cars and stuff. So that could be fun. Oh, it has VR mode too, if you've got VR. So, and want to make yourself sick going too fast. Excellent. On December 12th, we have Wingspan Oceania expansion coming to the Switch, which is nice. Oh, Wingspan is the bestest board game of all time. And yeah, with the Oceania
exposure. Like an Australian magpie.
Well, no, with
the swoop everyone.
The Oceania expansion does have the silver-crested cockatoo, which is the best bird.
Oh, I do love them.
Yeah, they're the best bird. I like them. They destroy everything.
I also love galahs when they're in a big like flock on the floor and they just pick the shit out of the ground and you go over it. It looks like someone's committed like a World War I style battlefield in just a small area.
For anybody who hasn't seen it, who isn't Australian, because I'm pretty sure every Australian has seen it at this point. There's this cracking good video of a cockatoo just demolishing anti-bird measures on a window.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, there's this trick that people do to stop birds from kind of nesting or resting on the windowsills and of other high places. What they do is they put these really kind of sharp spikes on the top, so there's nowhere for the bird to kind of land and put its feet. Anyway, cockatoos are very smart birds, and this one would just absolutely demolish this thing, pulled it off and just dropped it to the floor, to the ground, which would have been quite dangerous if anybody happened to be standing underneath it. But yeah, cockatoos are sociopathic. And
there used to be one on my dad's street when he was growing up, and when it was in the summer, because it was in like semi-country Victoria. It used to get so hot that it would walk around down the street past all the cars, letting out the air of the tires, so it would get a blast of air in its face. And they couldn't figure out why their tires were always going down until they were just like watching the cars one day. This little like single cockatoo just being like meep.
See, I love that. Great bird.
They're phenomenal birds.
So anyway, that's the appeal. That's basically the appeal of Wingspan. It's got all the birds in it.
So buy Wingspan.
Yeah, it's great. Have you guys actually played it? Like, have any of you played it?
It's on my list. It's on the board game Tabletop Simulator, and I was going to get it on tabletop, but I have not.
You should give it a go. It's really, really good fun. Excellent, well-designed board game with spot on mechanics. It's really accessible, easy to learn, quite challenging to master, of course. But it's a really, really good board game. There's a reason it's kind of the one that everybody talks about these days. So, and the expansions are good. So there we go. That's coming out on Switch. Moving on, we have Hammerwatch 2 coming out on something.
I know about that. Why do I know Hammerwatch? That's like a base building game, isn't it?
That sounds familiar. It's coming out. It's already out on PC, so it's obviously getting a console release somewhere.
Hack and slash action adventure game. It looks like a base. I was thinking of the Factorio game because it kind of looks a bit like Factorio.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it's
But-
out on PC already. It's only got 67 rating of 9, only 9 critic reviews, so it just didn't make much of a splash. But it is coming out on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Switch, and Xbox. So there. I mean, if it's multiplayer and it's Christmas time, you might want to give it a go. That might be
There are
fun.
worse things.
Yes, exactly. There's nothing that's quite so enjoyable as just a kind of bash 'em up multiplayer RPG style
It was
thing.
a stupid idiot game.
Like all the way back
Love
to
that
the
stuff.
N64 and Gauntlet Legends, where my brothers and I would play that for hours and hours and hours, just kind of bashing up goblins and collecting loot and stuff. There is something very appealing about those games. So, yeah, if Hammerwatch 2 does that, I might even give it a go. We have a horror game releasing, I believe, on December 12th. It's
Ooh,
Numata, like ammonia
Numa-
with Numata. There we go. We'll say that's what it's pronounced. Numata is coming out on PC and PS5. The tenants are going missing. Screams echo and blood seeps through the walls of Clover Hill. As a detective, unravel the truth that lies within and recover your fragmented memories or succumb to the horrors that lurk in the shadows with this sinister blend of survival and psychological horror. So,
that's
Does
Does
fun.
it have a VR mode?
indie horror game. No
It's
idea.
PC and PlayStation 5. Surely it's like VR as well. That would
Possibly.
be fun.
Possibly. Maybe.
It
You
doesn't
might be
seem
right.
to be VR. Not that I know of yet. I'm looking at it too. I don't think it is.
Okay. Well, anyway,
It's pretty
horror
cool
game.
though.
On December 14, if you like your fighting games, there is one coming which has a decently high profile. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. So
Yeah.
Grand Blue is obviously the mobile game that's been doing good numbers for a decade now. It's been around forever. It's been a huge thing in Japan in particular. This is one of the spin-offs. They've already done one fighting game, didn't they? There was already one fighting
Yeah,
game.
it was really good.
And it was really good. It was really, really good. It had a good mix of RPG and fighting game mechanics. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one as a second in that. I must say though,
this game, wasn't it?
yes, I believe so. I'm really annoyed that the open world RPG thing that they were developing hasn't happened yet, because they were doing a full-on console RPG set in the Grand Blue Fantasy universe, and it just hasn't come out yet. I wish that it would. That'd be nice. But anyway, in the meantime, I'll play these fighting games.
Yeah.
On December 14, we have Triggerheart Excelia, which I don't know what that is. I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess and say it's a shmup based on just.
I'm going to guess visual novel.
It's an arcade shooter.
You
Ha,
actually looked it
shmup.
up.
I was right.
Damn it.
Shmup. It's a shmup. It's coming out on something
Shmup.
else. It's already on Xbox, so it's coming out, I think, on PlayStation. We have Friday Night at Freddys Help Wanted 2 coming out on December 14, which is the VR Friday Night Freddy's sequel.
Yeah.
So if you like your
The fact
VR
you're
and
calling
you
it
like
Friday Night Freddy's is setting me off.
Friday Five Night at Freddy's, that's how much I've played
There
these
you
games.
go. I was getting full on like triggered just then.
I haven't actually really I actually have the collection on the Switch, but I've never really played them. I popped it into the Switch to claim my gold coins, but I haven't actually played it for more than like 5 minutes. Maybe
Those
I'll
games pretty
find
good.
some time. I think I'd enjoy them. Like I don't know. I think I'd enjoy it, but I just haven't got around to it.
They're very simple games, but they're pretty good. It's when you get to the weird lore shit that I don't care anymore.
There's the movie too now.
Movie was okay.
Was
I
it?
always keep
The movie had Matthew
yeah.
Lillard.
Yeah.
Oh, did it? Shaggy.
Yeah, it had Shaggy, and also
Yeah.
the guy from Scream, whose name I always forget, but he's my favorite character in Scream.
What? David Arquette.
No, not David Arquette, but I do love him. No, the Matthew Lillard's character in Scream.
Oh, right.
I forget what his name is, but he's great.
Shaggy.
He's really good in that movie.
He's
What a
forever
good
Shaggy.
film.
He's forever Shaggy
I mean,
for me. Like the
Yeah, that's the thing. He's so good as Shaggy.
yeah. Those movies were not great.
Defining.
Those Scooby Doo movies, but he was just like so perfectly the Shaggy. Like he just nailed
It's
that.
the best casting that anyone's ever done.
Yep,
and
it was brilliant.
it's hard to argue.
Later on in the month, just before Christmas now, we're getting close to now there's kind of not that many releases coming out, but there are a couple of visual novels coming out. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of visual novels coming out on December 21. We have Sudama Relation, 2045 Tsukiyori, so those are two. Then we've also got Kudan no Folklore and DC5 Da Capo 5. So we've got 4 visual novels coming out on December 21. And that will be good for people that like their visual novels. And then we've got another one coming out on
away.
and then we've got another one coming out on December 22 called One. Now, apparently One is actually a genuinely like legendary visual novel. Yeah, that's the one I guess you'll want to look out for if you're just going to pick up one. That one is one. That one is very highly regarded. So that comes out on December 22, just before Christmas. And then we have Christmas, so nothing really happening after that. And after Christmas, I'm just scrolling down here. After Christmas, there's just a bunch of trash. There is one called Star Wars Hunters, which I'm coming out on December 31, which looks like it's
weird day to come out.
Yeah, it's coming out on Switch. Star Wars Hunters will connect players in real time to battle in settings inspired by iconic Star Wars locales. Players will join squads of all new and authentic characters, including daring bounty hunters, heroes of the Rebellion, and Imperial stormtroopers, in an action game that immerses players in a fast-paced and visually stunning Star Wars galaxy. How much do you want to bet this is a MOBA? Let's just do a quick little Google search here. Let's do a Google search.
Developed by Zynga.
It looks like it is a Zynga game
free-to-play
indeed.
PvP competitive arena combat game.
Oh, it is a MOBA. Ha! I was right. How good is it? How often I'm right? Yeah, whatever. I'll pass on that, I think.
Yeah, this looks like crap.
So that comes out after Christmas if for some reason you need a game to play after Christmas and don't have any taste. There's really not else. There's just an awful lot of stuff coming out on December, which just doesn't seem great. Here's one that might be interesting. Let's have a look at this. Crown Wars, The Black Prince comes out on December 31 for PlayStation 5. Now, this one caught my eye because the little description. As the fighting rages in the 100 Years' War, you are the head of a noble family seeking glory in the tactical turn-based strategy game. I could do with a turn-based strategy game set in the 100 Years' War. Oh, actually, this one looks good. It does indeed look like XCOM, the 100 Years' War. With a bear.
There you go.
I hope you can play as Joan of Arc, but I guess the Black Prince kind of implies that you'll be playing as the English. Yeah. Anyway, not enough games get made about that era. Oh, hang on. There's another one. Metal Slug Tactics comes out on December 31.
Oh, hell yeah.
That could be fun. Metal Slug's a pretty good little series.
That's a great series.
I think a lot of these December ones are placeholder times dates now. Looking through this, because there's a lot of December 31 stuff that they just probably haven't updated. So
updated,
yeah, sometime next year. Yeah, that's it.
Matt,
that's all those
what's
games.
the game that you've been looking forward to?
Jesus, there's not that much coming out in December, is there?
I was gonna say.
There was one game that I was pretty interested in. Oh, you know what? I'll just go with the visual novel. I'll go with one. I'm interested in it. I've heard it's a really high quality visual novel. So as somebody that likes to play that genre and keep in tune with it, I do feel like I need to play some of the classics. And this one is apparently a classic. So there you go. One. That's my pick.
Yeah. What about you, Brad?
Yeah, not a lot for me in December either, but I might give a go with Dragon Quest Monsters.
That should be good.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
What's your history with the series? Have you played them all?
I have not played a Dragon Quest Monsters at all, so I'm not even sure if this is a good entry point.
Yeah, fingers crossed, because it is the first one in ages. I tell you what, though, they actually have a decent chance because because Dragon Quest Monsters has been around since the Game Boy Color, right? It's always been kind of a very distant second fiddle to Pokemon. But given the controversies around Pokemon on the Switch, there is a chance that this one could, I guess, appeal to people that were looking for a certain thing from Pokemon and weren't getting it. So, yeah, there's a chance there. Square Enix could actually do something with this series yet.
They may. What about you, Trent? What are you interested in from this month?
I'm probably going to not play anything, but if I was going to pick, let's pick one of that. Probably let's do. Actually, you know what? I'll probably go with the Five Nights at Freddy's game. I'll probably end up picking up that up at some point. So let's just say that.
That's fair. I'll probably look at that Wingspan game and see how I feel about it. I might buy it. I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
Alan.
I
You're
like
going to do
Oceana birds.
Alan, you're going to do Hot Love Dreams classic hentai logic puzzle.
I'm not going to play that game, man.
That's your game.
I'm not.
You're going to play it
game.
because I'm going to gift it to you.
No,
I'm going to force you to play
Merry Christmas, Alan.
it.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Alan's just waiting for the Wingspan, but hentai edition.